Hey there, it's Diane Banks, radio personality and voiceover talent in Chicago, on Twitter every day at Diane_Banks. And I know I need to change my background wallpaper, don't I? I love Halloween though, don't you? Kind of sad that it's over. Anyway, voice123.com/Diane Banks. My voiceover demo is there. It's also here on YouTube. Both of those links to get a hold of me are right under this video. And please watch my YouTube videos and subscribe too, won't you? And thanks for doing that. Today we're talking about teens and how you guys are leaving Facebook in droves. Facebook rapidly declining popularity with teens all in one chart. So they have a chart here that makes it kind of interesting to graphically see how fast teens are going away. And you know what happens when teens leave Facebook? You become MySpace, right? I think it's probably the next MySpace. I'm not saying Twitter should be complacent either, but it looks like, yes, there's still many, many people on Facebook, like what, 1 billion or something. But, like I say, MySpace used to have a lot of people too. But this one from Huffington Post says, I got mine. This is a kid talking about one of the teens. Got my Facebook account around 6th grade. I was really obsessed with it for a while. Then towards 8th grade, I was kind of just, once you get into Twitter, if you make a Twitter and an Instagram, and you just kind of forget about Facebook, it's what I did. I can totally see her point. I am somebody who, honestly, I never got into Facebook. It's just, it was always too cumbersome. Like Twitter, it's great for texting. You can do it quickly. So whoever came up with the idea to limit it to 140 characters, pretty genius. And I hope that doesn't change with the IPO, because I think that's what's going to save it and keep it around for a while. Because, right, it's like Facebook, you know, it's nice. You keep in touch with your family and friends, but then you're stuck in the backyard barbecue. And on Twitter, it's fast. So I just think that's a difference. Plus the real-time news and everything. So here's another article. A lot of people covered this. Yahoo Finance, Facebook no longer the most popular social network for teens. I don't know if these kids are laughing at Facebook or it has nothing to do with it. You know how that goes. Sometimes they put a picture up that has nothing to do with the story. They do it to celebrities all the time. But like I was saying before, like with Twitter, it's doing well, but they shouldn't be complacent. This says here, that because Instagram has rocketed in popularity with teens, 23% said Facebook owned Instagram was their number one choice, up from 12% a year ago, not Twitter. But I think Facebook is, I don't know, Twitter is not anything like Instagram. I think if you're going to compare those, it would be Instagram and Vine, don't you think? You know, Twitter's a different thing. One is pictures, one is more text, although Twitter is getting more into photos and stuff. You know what I mean. Alright, here's another article from Forbes. Facebook losing teens and new privacy settings won't bring them back. I agree. To make a long story short, with this article, they talk about how kids don't want things to be more cumbersome. They're changing the privacy settings for kids. Well, then you have to go through a lot to fix those settings, and they're already gone on to something else. And again, Facebook is MySpace. Let's see. I think there was one thing in here I was going to look at for you. Yeah, it says they don't want to spend extra time navigating through apps or to do what they want. Remember, this generation was raised on technology. They don't know life without it. They experience such as Snapchat and Instagram delivery has created an expectation of instant gratification for teens that the current Facebook app just can't meet. So there you go. I don't think that's going to help them at all. And let's see. And then this, I'm going to put the link under the video for you too, along with the other ones. If you really want to take the time to read it, this study, the market research project about the teens that they talk to and how they're leaving Facebook and blah, blah, blah. Let's see. There was some interesting things in here too. Well, basically, this is something every teen knows. Friends, their friends, are the strongest influence over their purchase decisions for the duration of the survey history anyway, but internet quickly rising in profile. There's a lot of interesting stuff in here if you want to take the time to read through that. I won't do that with you here because it would be boring on a video where there's no pictures. You need a visual like this. So let's get to the most important social media sites for teens. And again, I'll include this link too so you can have this graphic if you want it or want to take a look at it. But the one in green shows you which sites were most important socially for kids fall 2012. Then spring 2013 is in red, fall 2013 in blue. So the most current would be this blue line here. We take a look at Facebook at the top. They were pretty popular, weren't they? 42%. That was a year ago, fall 2012. They dipped a bit in the spring, down to 33%, actually a lot, dipping even more to 23% right now. And if you look at the difference between that and Twitter, Twitter's gone up in comparison to them anyway, 26%. But again, like that article was saying, nothing for Twitter to be, you know, all ego-minded about, because they're not doing that great either. 27% in the fall of 2012, so a year ago. They went up in the spring to 30%, but look what's happened. They've taken a 4% dip in the fall here now, even though they're still a little bit ahead of Facebook. There's some gappage there, peeps. Twitter, pay attention. Make it fun for us to stay. Instagram going up in popularity, 12% in the fall of last year, and then it went up in the spring, and it's continuing to rise, 23%. I see a lot of people doing Instagram. I'm surprised they don't have Vine on here, though. I think a lot of people are using that too. But anyway, Google, well, look at this. When you look at this chart, it's like they're not even on the map really so much, and they're dropping as it is from last year to last spring to now with just 3%. Tumblr gone up a little bit, but holding steady from spring to this fall, so no growth there. Pinterest, which is one of those that initially, when I first looked at it, I thought, oh, this is amazing. It's like photo heaven, especially for women. But after about a month, it was like, well, now what do I do with it? You're just looking at lots of pictures. I don't get it. It doesn't have the longevity, at least for me, that someplace like Twitter does, where there's a lot of interesting chat and news and interesting people, and it's all very quick and, again, text worthy. So Pinterest, I don't know. They'd have to. I don't know how they can make that something that's more interesting for you to stay around. But you can see that, again, they only had 2% of the kids' interest, dropping to 1%. And again, now this is for teens. For older adults, for women like me, these numbers are probably much higher. But I kind of go with the teens on this. And then we're looking at this is maybe where Vine is and a bunch of others that the kids are using. Probably some we don't even know about. Fall 2012, there you see growth to the spring, and then, wow, shooting up. So these are the other sources besides the Facebook and Twitter and all the other media sites that we know. And everybody's saying too that, you know, it's going to become more and more dispersed. It's not going to be the one big thing anymore like Facebook. We're going to see a lot more niche. But just kind of interesting. Teens are leaving Facebook rapidly. And actually, yeah, the ones that I talked to would agree with that, at least here in Chicago, say the same, that it's basically boring and slow, and that they feel like they get more out of some of the other places like Twitter. Let's see, I think there was something on here, another quote or two. But, well, you know what? I'll put the links under the video so you can find that, and we'll keep it short and sweet. How's that? All right. Have a good one. It's Diane Banks at Diane_Banks on Twitter. Also voice123.com/Diane Banks. And yes, here on YouTube every day adding videos. So please watch and subscribe and have a great one. Thanks for watching.